because I'm not your God, I'm not your doctor. I'm nobody's auntie. Just ask. So, new week, new stories, new questions, new troubles, new solutions. And I'm not doing it alone this week. I told you once in a while I'll get the people I trust, the people I love, the people I think that you would want to help with your own issues to come do this with me. And so this week I've got somebody who I haven't seen since 2009, and I'm really excited to see him. I'm excited to see him because, well, he's one of Nigeria's most talented, artists, musical artists. He's not just a musical artist, he's an incredible human being. His mind is rich and fertile. He's also a politician, and he's my own brother, Araile, in that we're from exactly the same town in Yoruba land. Everybody knows nice, and everybody has nice to solve their problems nicely today. Hello.
How are you?
Paoni. It's so good to see you. Give us love. It's so good to see you.
2009.
Since 2009, was it 2009 or 2010? Oh my God. In your house.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah,
well, you're in my house now.
Yeah.
Aduke for love.
Adupe, alhamdulillah.
I don't even know where to start from. But you look great.
You look wonderful.
You sound surprised. Like you shouldn't have one.
Sometimes, I follow you on Twitter. So
Oh my God,
I read all your tweets. And I saw this look, I was like, is this something from me or they put that thing? Okay, maybe until I see it. And now I'm saying you look so young.
Yes.
You need to tell me the secret, all those things that
Is that the ask for me question?
It's I have thousands of questions, but if I'm permitted to ask about maybe 3, 4 to 5 then.
Okay, I'm going to answer one today. And that one, because a lot of people ask me the same question, what's the look like? I think it's really your mind. Because my mind I don't understand the concept of aging in the same way that people understand it. I look at life in terms of what I want to do.
Is it that you don't get worried?
I don't concern myself with what isn't my business. I fully engage with the affairs of my own heart, the desires of my own heart.
So to stay young, you need to be selfish.
You need to be self-valuing. You need to focus on the things that matter to you, and you need to let other people be. I think that, there's a term in Yoruba land now, that means you must run your own race, stay on your own lane.
Yeah.
I find that it works for me. I don't know about anybody else.
Okay, I'll try.
You try it?
I'll try.
But you don't look at it. It must have a promotion thing. Or what you trying to say? I'm not young. You are young, so you should look young.
I'm still very young.
We're not going to go there. You know what? Let's start this way. What do you want to drink? I know what you usually drink.
Yeah. I like to have that.
You like to have that? I don't know if I have it. I have every kind of liquor.
I can see it.
But that particular one I've got.
I can see
Shall
it.
I
I don't want to mention it, but brandy is fine.
Brandy is good for you. Okay. There's something else I wanted to force on you. It's from Ghana. It's some sort of liqueur that they make in Ghana. It's called Takai. I found it one day. It's like coconut with vodka, with something that tastes like vodka or rum. Do you want to try it?
Let me try.
You try. Okay, hold on. Let me
Since
show you. This is Ghana. This is one of ours. Hang on. Let me show you. It's Takai from Ghana. I mean, they don't pay me. I don't know who does it, but Takai. I tried it. I thought it was.
Is it like a form of tequila?
You've got to try. You've got to try and tell me what you think. Because they are our brothers, and we already won the Jollof War.
Yeah.
So
we won that long time ago.
Here.
Thank you.
Try it.
This is not bad, actually. I
told you. It's from Ghana. I don't know the company that makes it. The first time I tried it, I was like, it's alcohol, but it's alcohol with Africa.
Yeah, I like it. I've heard that be pito.
What?
Pito to
Pito.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
Okay, try that. And then if you don't really like it,
I'll stay
I'll
with
give
this.
you stay with that. So let's talk. Let me start with the first question. I want you to help me with. I've got 2 questions here. There were lots of questions, but we've only selected 2. One that came directly to you, and another one that came to me that I thought that you should help me with.
Okay.
So let's start with the one that I thought that you should help me with. And this one is anonymous. He says, what would you say to a young man in his mid to late 20s who doesn't want to ever get married or have children?
I think that late 20s, he still doesn't understand what life is all about. He's still too young. I'm sure by the time he's 30, he will change his mind. And biblically, Quranically, you need to have a child. And Africa, where I'm from, so my advice to him is he's still very young to have the basic knowledge about marriage or getting married or the reason why you have to get married. And so he should give it time.
Because he says he doesn't ever want to,
That was the time I said I would never get married to him. Actually. That was the time I said that.
Really?
Yeah, but now, no. I know better. So
you know better.
I know better.
People say it's a man. It's interesting that it's a man that's talking because they say that women could actually maybe get away with that an unmarried man is more difficult for an unmarried man than it is for an unmarried woman later on in years.
Yes,
is that true? Men need marriage.
Yeah, we need it more because women can do so many things when it comes to domestic things in the house and they can still cope with that and do so many things outside the house. But for a man, even if you are rich, you need. I want you are ye. That's what the Bible says.
So let me get you. You say that men can do that domestic work. So if you are rich enough to hire people to do all your domestics,
well, whether you like it or not, they will do domestic work. But there are some certain things they cannot do for you.
What are these certain things?
And you need your woman to do that for you. Hey, Benny. You can't, except you are not straight. Then you can get away with some things. Well, if you are,
what do you mean you are not straight?
That means if you're gay, or that means you need another guy to do that for you. But as a straight man, you need a woman.
This is your advice to this young man?
To me, from me to him, I would say he's too young. I'm sure he's going through some certain things. That's why he has come to that conclusion. So you shouldn't. And
I noticed that you separated. You said, you must have a child. So, for example, if he doesn't get married but he has a child, is this still the same thing?
It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. But to some parents, back from where I'm from, they won't accept that. Let's say if you want to adopt a child, to an African parent, that's still something we're still struggling with. But I don't mind if someone adopt a child.
So between the two, if a person says, if I have to choose that, look, I don't want either, I have to choose either marriage or child, which would you advise him to go for? That, okay, if you must do one, at least be sure that you have one.
Have a child. Like me now, for instance, there was a woman that raised me. There was a woman that gave birth to me. So, Kushati Shikombe.
Just have a child. So that's your advice to him, that he should give it time.
Give it time.
He'll probably change his mind. And that if he has to choose between the two, at least have a child. Or ideally, he should get married and have.
That will settle a lot of scores.
Yeah. I mean, what I would say to him, of course, it depends on individuals. And I'd say to him that I'd agreed also that, you never know. I mean, I knew by his age that I didn't want to get married. I knew, and I've never regretted it. I knew that I didn't want to get married. I knew I didn't want to get married. I wanted companionship, but I didn't want marriage in that sense. Now we can go into a long story as to why I didn't want that. I also didn't want children. But that's a different. I didn't want children. I didn't want. I mean, for me, it didn't matter. Nobody. Yes, they've never let me rest. Well, it's something that I'll discuss one day.
But once you have a child, they will back off a little bit.
Yeah, they did back off when I had a child, and I didn't have a child because they were pressuring me. I had a child because it happened, and it's really good. I am very happy that I have my. I know you. All of my brothers are that way. At least she gave us a child. That's what I mean. So well, I don't know if we help this young man, but that's the thing. I think it's an individual decision.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't know why he doesn't want to get married. If it's not a result of a scar, you have to deal with the scar, the emotional scar. If it's not an emotional scar, it's just that it's not for you.
Stage, yeah.
I just don't look, I like people going away and coming. Do you know what I mean?
I understand.
If I have husband today and he's living in the house next to me and I'm living, and we see each other well with each other, I might consider it. But this one every day in each other's skin.
Space and all that.
I don't know. I'm a cat. I like things to go
And
away and
cats
come
and
back.
rats
You know, like
doesn't-
that. Cats. I'm not a dog. I'm not a dog. I'm not. You can't be petting me every day. No. Go away, come back.
Go back.
You know, that sort of thing. The second one that I thought was interesting, and specifically for you, somebody sent you. I think it was at Lucky21, and he or she said, as a pioneer of the Afro beats, what do you think of the industry right now?
Nigerian music industry, we've come a long way. We've done our own beats. But the problem we're having is, I think that problem is the same problem Nigeria as a country is having. We don't have an industry. What we have is a bunch of talented people who are coming together with their own resources. We don't have a body that regulates what goes in, what comes out from the industry. Until we have that, then we can say we have an industry. What we have now is just like a work in progress. We are not there yet. But in terms of talent, we have talent. But in terms of structure, we don't have it. Whereby, if a song is coming out in Nigeria today, the rest of the world can have it at that same time. Whether physical copy or whether you want to download on the internet. Let's say my song is being played on Choice FM in London and I get royalty for it. And let's say it's being played in South Africa, I get royalty for it. But if Nigerian radio stations and TV stations are not giving those songs that are being played, songs from outside that are being played in Nigeria, they don't give them their royalty, then they don't as well, they won't give you your own royalty that are due over there as well.
Yeah.
So that's the problem we have now.
Okay, so that's interesting to me because you said when you started answering that's the same problem with Nigeria generally.
Generally, we have
So,
this, the problem is everywhere.
It's everywhere. So
It's
it seems
everywhere.
like
It's not peculiar.
it's not peculiar.
Yeah.
Each industry is each lack of industry is interwoven with another lack of industry.
Yes.
Was this one of the things that made you go into politics?
It's one of the things that made me go into politics. And aside from that, I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
I know that we spoke about it when you and I.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer. And you and Tiadis are the very few that inspired me. I told you this already. And because from my background, it's like you cannot be anybody. I've never dreamt of coming to London. I didn't believe at the time that would come in because it's not my dream. I don't have a passport until 2009. My first visa was UK. It's not part of my dream because you're limited
By your environment.
By your environment. So those are the issues and those are the problem, and they are still there now. And we've tried pastor, we've tried professor, we've tried those that study home and abroad, University of Toronto. They came, they were unable to do anything. The only people that we haven't tried are entertainers and pastor.
Okay, because
I want Pastor Adeboye to contest
to be president of Nigeria.
Exactly. I want you to contest for House of Rep. Those are the people we haven't tried. And they use us as a medium to get across to the people. Trust me, if anybody wants to contest for a governor in your state now, all that person will need is to call Funmi and call nice. I'm sure we'll do it.
So,
because they know by the time you talk, people listen.
Yeah, but some of the people who have gone into government were people who were really I know a number of people who have gone into government who were really good guys, men and women in some ways, and it seems like when they get there something goes wrong.
I would like you to identify or explain that what you mean by good guys. Is it good looking?
I don't have a good looking, but generally, number one, they know what the problems are. They are well educated. They are, in terms of their human values, they seem to have values for the larger majority of the people, and they understood the idea of progress, what we need to do for progress. But it didn't happen when they got there.
They lack what I call heart. They don't have a heart. I used to sing in English, but I just decided, I said, I'm not going to do it. I was singing my local dialect because I believe in it. When I started, so many people said, no, it won't work. Oh, you have just wasted your time. But now it's what everybody's doing. Because I believe in myself.
Right. So you're thinking that the other people who went in there
They
don't
can't
believe in it.
influence
So you're
me.
thinking either pastors or entertainers believe in themselves, and so if they get into politics, they would be able to do
Because
better.
they have so many things to lose. If I get there and I do otherwise, Auntie, do you know so many? Do you know what I will be losing is much more than what I will be getting?
Yeah, but people argue that what you'll be getting to might be more than what because I
have that already.
Well, some of them who went, they already had that too already.
They are greedy. They are greedy. They are being greedy.
So, in terms of exact reason that you went in there, aside from the fact that you've always, because you said you wanted to be a lawyer, I'm not quite sure what law and what the correlation between law.
Because
and
why I wanted to be a lawyer is because policeman will slap you in Nigeria and you can't just say.
So the sense of justice is really because you have a strong sense of justice.
Exactly.
That was what pushed
Exactly.
you. What was your experience though? I mean, I remember that picture of you riding a horse. That's all I can remember. That picture, I'm like, Kini nice, Michelle.
Until I learned so much.
I can imagine.
The people you're complaining about, they don't know you're talking about them. That's one thing I want every Nigerians to know. They are not hearing what you're saying. Sometimes you see vehicles going serene that, oh, that's the government. They are not in that car. They are not there. Well, the roads that are bad, they don't use the road. So how, if I'm the governor of London or mayor of London, if I don't use the road, how will I tell what the problem of the people are? They don't use it. They don't spend your currency. They don't spend naira. They give you naira if they want to give you, but they don't spend it. That's not their means of buying things. They don't listen to your language. They don't spend your money. They don't use your roads.
The leadership is completely disconnected from the people.
From the people.
How's that possible? Don't they live in the same country?
Very possible. If they do anything, it's because they have people that, like spies, that, daddy, on a company, or fix it. Those are the people they listen to. People still ask me to tomorrow, why do I like Aregbe? Why Aregbe? Because he listen. I can knock on his door 3 a.m. and see Aregbe Shola will get up from his bed and he will listen to me.
Isn't it because you are nice?
No, because that's the way he listens to everyone. When Desmond was trying to contest for his position, he came to Oshogbo without an appointment and I said, you guys, you know this guy. He wants to see your guy. And he attended to him that day. If they can just listen, let's just start from, okay, our leaders listening to the followers. Let them just listen to us first. Maybe probably when we start from that, okay, you listen now.
But why did you lose? Why do you think you lose?
I didn't lose.
You stopped at the primary level.
Yes, I did not lose because there were 3 major local governments from my constituency, which is not Ogbomoso North, Ogbomoso South. And Oriri. Ogbomoso North is where I'm from. And that's the major local. They didn't allow them to vote. They did not allow the whole of the delegates from my local government area to vote. Because they knew if they vote, I will win the election.
So if people's votes don't count, if people's voice don't count, what is the point of asking politicians and artists to go and become of a system where your voice and your vote won't count?
That's why I said we are being used like a tool. We are like a tool to them. And that's why I said I stopped doing that. Now let me use myself as a tool for myself. I don't want anybody to use me. Then if I cannot do that, I can't remember the last time I voted. Because I haven't seen any good candidates.
You didn't vote for the last government?
Never. How? Who?
You didn't vote for Buhari?
In me.
So, nice. You're my brother. Let me now understand this better. You left music at the height. Everywhere you turned, everyone was listening to. Before the Olamides, before the Wizzy, before everybody, there was nice. You left all of that to go into politics for social justice. You left at the height. People normally leave when things are...
Well, even when as at the time I left, people were like, he's broke. Oh, he's trying to get someone else. Okay. if that's what you think. But I'm the type that I don't listen to what people say. When I say, okay, like this drink that you just gave to me, okay, I like this drink. I'll go to Ghana and make sure I bring this drink to Nigeria. I'll go. If you call me tomorrow and say, no, they did something bad to me, don't try. I won't listen. I will make sure until I get to where that drink is and they said, no, we don't want to sell it to Nigerians, then I'll go back.
You know, somebody said about you once that it seems like he's not comfortable with stardom. That
because it's never what I wanted. It's never what I want. Like pastors will say, they'll say it's like a call. Music is like a calling to me. I don't want to do music. I don't want to do it. Because from my family, it's not acceptable. Music, my own money. I don't want to do music. But for me, it's like a calling.
So it's like you almost wrestle with it.
Yeah, because most of the songs that I started out, they are my poems that I converted into music.
I remember that you used to write God knows how many songs every 9 days.
Yeah, yes.
Isn't that really, I mean, nice, we have to talk like Harale. Isn't that really, because you see, I'm going to admit to you that I have the same problem. You know, I have a similar problem. So people say to me, why do you write more? Writing and doing the things I do, they're almost like exorcism to me. Like it's wrong out of me. You know, but I'm getting to the stage where I realize, well, this is a gift. This is who you are. Why are you running away from who you are? And who you are, you changed the way music was done at the time. You single-handed, just that confidence to sing in Yoruba, to sound the way you do, to take Fuji to the next level, to refine an art. No, you were the pioneer of that, and then we're similar. You see me, I'll be fighting on Twitter. People will be like, go and sit down, just go and write, for me. You know, and here you are, you're fighting. I'm like, sing, sing.
It's like that because I like I said, I don't want to do music. I don't want to, and that's just what God wants you to do. And I've been here like almost a week and some days now. I've been in the studio almost 3-4 times. Something will just be. I said, you're in the studio with me until I record that song, that idea, that creative idea. Then I'll have peace. Otherwise, they need to be. I'll just be singing.
So now, have you come to a stage? If you put it between like a ratio of 1 to 10, this your grapple with your calling, which is music, against your brain, because it seems like your soul, you know, and your brain are at war.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Your head and your family and the expectations of your environment. Also because you are so intelligent. I think at the back of me, you're also thinking, let me go the doctor now.
Yeah.
Do you know that sort of thing? Because you do have the capacity.
Yeah.
You know, it's grappling with this other thing that says, just sing.
Yeah. That's what I want you to do.
So yeah, that's what I want you to do. Sing, man. You know, so in terms of that swinging from one end to the other, from is 1 to 10, how far have you moved towards music now? Are you nearer music again than
things that I want to do?
These other things that you want to do.
And I'll say I'm 90% closer to music now, because I've given up. Because
politics.
I've given up on things that I want. Now I let go and let God.
I see.
I just, whichever direction it's taking me is where I go to. If it says this is what you do, I'll just do it freely. So I've stopped working on my weakness. Now let me just work on my strength and make it better.
I like the sound of that.
So
what brought you there?
Because I know I was good academically, but most times when I write GCE, they don't release my results. And as at the time they released my results, I was unable to pay my school fees. As at the time I was able to pay my school fees, I don't have the time to study. Because then I have so many responsibilities. I want to do politics. The country is not ready. The environment is not ready. Even the people are not ready themselves. So I'm not Jesus Christ.
You're nice.
I'm nice. So why do I want to fight for people that are not? Let me just focus on my own self and my family. It's not by force. When the election, people are like, Nigba, let's go and fight. I said, no, it's not by force. You didn't win. Try another time if you're so interested. Except there is something else. There is ulterior priority there. They say, oh, go and kill someone to get to position that you are. No, you don't have to kill. If you fail, try. Abraham Lincoln tried 10 times. Try again. You don't have to kill. You don't have to injure anyone to get there. Except there's gain. There's gain in it. That's why you want to.
Yeah, especially like when people are putting a lot of money down, so they want to put their money.
All the money I spend is my money. So
you lose a lot of money.
I lose a lot of money.
And it was all your money.
It was my money.
No godfathers.
I have godfather, but I didn't collect a dime from them. I didn't get a dime from them.
Godfathers, you said, not even one.
I have godfathers, but I didn't. No, I can say it out loud. I didn't collect $1 from anybody.
Who were your godfathers?
Aregbe is my godfather. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that I love him so much. And I go to him, I seek for advice and encouragement from him all the time.
Was APC good for you?
APC is not good for me. But APC was the platform that I think is closer to the people than PDP. The problem PDP has is them not being closer to the people. They have the resources, but they have resources, they have good people, but they are not closer to the people. APC was closer to the people.
And that's why you chose APC.
That's why I chose APC.
But you are leaving all of that now to go back fully to music.
To music, because it's uncalled for. It's not worth it. Let me put it that way. It's not worth it. It will take the grace of Almighty God to restructure, to reshape Nigeria into what we all will be proud of, and into what we dream of, so to speak. It's not by intellectual capacity now, because we've tried that. It's not working. It's not by intellectual capacity. It's going to be by the grace of Almighty.
I'm going to leave politics a bit and go into something else. I'd ask you now, do you think it's too late to go back now? There are so many kids on the block. They're doing all kinds of things. The industry itself, there isn't even really an industry still. Some of the reasons then for wanting to go into politics for the sake even of the music still remains the same. Is it too late? That's one of the questions I got to you. That is it too late for you to go back and be the nice we expected you to grow into?
It's never too late, because the sky is big enough for so many birds to fly. And if
you're a big fat bird.
And if you follow the Nigerian music industry or the terrain, the music changes all the time. So all you need to do as someone that understands the industry is to study what is lacking and give people a taste of that element that is lacking.
Right.
So it's all about me being focused about it, determined to do it, and it will be done.
Who are the people you're working with? I remember when I interviewed you then, it was you and Idi Kabasa.
Yeah.
And I went to the studio in Bariga.
Yeah.
You know, I told you then that I know that neighborhood because I grew up in Shomolo and Bariga too.
So.
You know, and all of that. So are you still working with some of them? Do you have
I'm still working with Idi Kabasa, and I'm still working with so many other young talents as well. So I released a new album last year, and it's one of the best albums right now in Nigeria. So
yeah.
I'm sure by the end of the
I
year,
liked Economy, you know, I told you.
Yeah, which is a song
yeah,
from the album.
I liked that one, yeah.
You know, I'm back.
And Living Things, yeah.
We're back in
the video is out, you know, because
it's out, yeah.
You people think I don't watch. I saw the video of Living Things. Living Things. I'm even singing the song in my head. You know, and I saw the video and all of that. And because of this was shot at the conservation center.
Yeah.
I saw it now. I saw that bridge, so I
I'm surprised that you.
Why would you be surprised? I'm alive. I watch and pay attention to everything.
That's good.
You know, so yeah, you're back in that regard.
Yeah.
What direction are you going now? You know, because you know, when I listen to some of the new music, I can see a stronger Afrobeat influence.
Yeah.
A more Fela.
Yeah, kind of. Because that's what a lot of the young arts now are doing. Because I'm like this. People like to take this drink because it exists and develop it. I don't like that. I want to develop mine.
Something new.
Fela is great. It's wonderful. White like him. Everybody loves him because he's the creator of that Afrobeat. I want to bring a creator of my own sound, not
But you already created something, and you left
and
it
I
then.
I want to see white. Everybody doing it in the nearest future. So I tend to deviate away from the sound. Though the sound is intimidating, but I tend to enclose myself with my own sound and not shy away from it. Because like I said, it's easier to take this drink and develop it to the next thing. I want to create
something new.
Yeah, something new.
That's a tough process.
Yeah.
That's a difficult process.
Yeah.
That's also a process that makes you go at loggerheads with people a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because people are uncomfortable with what they don't know.
What they don't know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But with time they get used to it. When I started, they said, this is another Fuji maestro. Mm-hmm. It's not going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. But now that's what they do. That's what
everybody is doing. It's interesting to see that. Yeah. The other thing that people are fascinated about you is your love life. So the last time I saw you, I was in your house. It was your first marriage at that time. I was there with your ex-wife and your little boy. How's Zion?
Zion is fine.
You know, I mean, it was so just an exact copy of you. And you know, I remember how nice it was. And my heart was broken, I must say to you, when I saw that things didn't work out. And I've always wondered what happened. I know you are married again. At least that's what I read in the papers.
I'm not married again. No.
Oh, that's what the papers say. So I mustn't trust what I read.
Like I said, there's so many things that affects the industry. It affects every other part of the industry as well. The country.
So you set the record straight. You know, set the record straight.
I'm single, but I'm not searching because it's not my priority right now. Mm-hmm. I've dealt with this topic so many times, and people just tend to take negative side of it, but it's like they don't understand what I'm saying because they are not in my shoe. I said something. I said marriage is not for this generation. They say because you are married, you don't want the rest of people. I have my reasons. Because as a Nigerian, as a Yoruba man, there are some culture and tradition that you're being taught when you're being brought up. As a man, you want the same thing from your wife. You're not going to get it from today's woman. Because we have exposure. They are the ones that sent us to school. And I still want my woman to serve me food and kneel down. Hey, Jo auntie, who's going to do that for me now?
I ain't doing that for you, I'm sorry.
Exactly. And when my dad or my mom is there,
if I'm in the mood,
and my mom,
if I'm in the mood, and I kneel down because I get something
then you want to get
else,
something.
You know, no, actually, I don't want anything from you.
You just feel like
I just, you know, if I'm feeling like it, you know, and then I just kneel down and you, who your mommy? Who your mommy? You know what I mean by that?
I know what you're saying. But you're not gonna get that as a man. So we today's men need to get that into our T-score that you're not going to get the same thing your mom is giving to your dad. Mm-hmm. You're going to get something different. Because who you're getting married to is quite different from your mom. But we are not ready. That's why you see at our this generation, you see marriage is 6 months. It's dissolved. And people are yet to talk about it.
Let me clarify, because this is a very important point you're making. Now you're saying that the concept of marriage as we used to know it can no longer work.
No, it's there.
It's there.
But cannot work for our generation.
But cannot work for this generation. And you are blaming the women?
No. I'm blaming the culture and the tradition. But you cannot blame the culture and the tradition because that's what culture and tradition is all about. It has to be obsolete.
But exactly. But isn't culture and tradition non-static? Shouldn't it evolve with time?
It doesn't.
So shouldn't we?
The only way it evolves is maybe you're taking a bit of it like fashion. But you buy that dear, short. You know, it's too style and fashion. But the reality, you don't take it out.
But everything evolves. Because I'll give you an example. Even this, let's take so-called Christian, Judeo-Christian marriage.
Yes.
In a lot of the Western cultures, the expectations for men and women was very different in the 40s and 30s than what they have now. They evolved. It was different. Once upon a time, if I read to you some magazines, some women magazines from the 50s,
Nigeria.
you were like, I'm just talking about other people too now.
I'm saying
So are you saying that our own culture hasn't got the possibility of evolving, changing to match reality?
It's changing, but it's through style and fashion. Once you look dollar. Once you show me local dollar, and that will remain there forever.
But you had
and those are the most important things that affect people.
Okay, I
That
understand. I
doesn't
understand
change.
that. So, because here you are, you're giving an example with the alcohol, for example, that this is what it is. But you're not even only wanting that to change, you actually want it to create.
Yeah.
So, for us to become happier, because this is about, happy, productive people at the end of the day, men want to marry, women want to marry. Shouldn't everybody redefine the idea of marriage?
That is it. We should redefine it. We should accept what it is. Kò ní máa jẹ́ pé ọkùnrin kan gbá ìyàwó ẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀, wọ́n jà, 6 months married, kò ní máa ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́. We should stop lying to ourselves.
Okay, so if you were to redefine marriage, as you are an innovator now, if you were to have a blueprint for what marriage should look like for a new generation, what would you advocate?
Well, what I would say is, married for your own reason. Don't marry for your parent reason, because 60 to 70% of us get married because of our parents. Lo mú bìnrin wá, lo máa yà wá, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ti marry, lo mọ́kọ wá, mú kan wá, ṣe kan bẹ́ẹ̀. And we get frustrated. No, àǹkárá lẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mú láàárọ̀ o, léèsì la máa wọ̀ rọ̀lẹ́, olópò tó máa dáná yẹn màálù méje ni. We don't get married for our own reason. We get married because of our tradition. What Bible depicts, what Quran depicts. They respect your parents. Listen to what they say. And they will tell you, our culture says, ọmọ tó gbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́, ó gbọ́dọ̀ fọmọ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, ó gbọ́dọ̀ fọmọ Àkúrẹ́, Ìjẹ̀bú ó gbọ́dọ̀ fún Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. We should get away from all those things and get married because you want to get married, because you love the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Right. For
every marriage that has been dissolved, until there is one element of, should I go ahead? Shouldn't I go ahead? Before you do that, go to the altar or do whatever you want to do. Like 5 to 10 minutes, your mind will be telling you that this thing is not going to work.
Did that happen to you?
It happens to me. But I fought it because I was like, come on now, I have so many things to lose more than what I'm going to gain. Because if I do that, it's like I'm against the rest of the world. So we should 100% get married for what will make you happy.
Very important.
Regardless of the culture, regardless of your parents, get married because you want to get married. Get married because it will make you happy. Don't get married because Tinuke got married and I have to do a wedding that will be more extravagant. No.
Because it puts pressure on people. Because, earlier when people asked me about that, actually, when they say, why do you want to get married? Because for me, that was one of the things I rebelled against. It was always an expectation. Yeah. And I did not want my life to be anybody's expectation. I was wanting to find companionship for somebody who would see me for whom I am, who would honor whom I am, and who would want to share his life with me as equal partners. And if I had found that sort of person, I might have considered actually marrying him.
And that's very scarce, auntie.
Why do you think I'm single?
It's very
so might. But every other thing, it seems to me that you will be setting yourself up and also setting children up, which makes it a little more difficult. So for you personally, what have you learned, at least going forward, in terms of relationship that you want to do differently?
What I'm doing differently now is being happy. If my happiness is going to be in Colombia, I'll go there. I just want to be happy. Whether you're married, whether you're single, give me my happiness, you see the best of me. So
that boy that asked that question earlier, whether it's boy or girl, I don't remember. You gave him an answer now that be happy.
Be happy.
Actually, whatever makes you happy.
Whatever makes you
happy.
Because
I feel like we misled him earlier when we're saying that, he won't be happy, this is what is expected. No.
If you're in a marriage, get your 100% happiness. If you're single, get your 100% happiness. Whatever you want to do, make sure you are getting that 100%. That's what makes you stay longer.
Okay.
Stay younger. Okay.
We're getting there now. Finally, because I can sit here with you all day and just talk. I want to focus on the album, and just try and understand what's inspired, what you're writing about now, the kind of things. Because I did consciously listen to quite a bit of it. I mean, there was a few of it I thought were almost like you were lashing out. There was one that, I think it's Living Things, where you're like, is it Living Things where you're talking about, it's money, just go find money.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what is it going, what?
If you understand, I think the difference between black and white is because blacks are more sentimental. Blacks are, like our culture and tradition dictates what we do, how we do it, because of the expectation. And white man, tó bá ti kó lábẹ́ màmá ẹ̀, that's it. Màmá ẹ̀ lè wá favour wa lọ́la kó ní, Mom, sorry, I can't do that. Mi lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. So ó máa affect us. So I'm at the point and time of my life whereby if what you're wearing is not, I'll tell you. Don't talk to me tomorrow, I don't care. At least but it's all committee come don't come be free. I will tell you. If I think Obasanjo is not doing something right, I will mention that name.
What brought you to that point?
Because
a lot of people want to
sue me. And we've been living in that bondage for too long. It was passed on to me from my own parents. I'm tired. I'm done with that. If you're not doing something, I will mention your name. And yes, you kill me. Then trust me, 10 more people will rise up. Doing the same thing. Telling you until we get to that happiness. That cohesiveness. Until we get there. So if that happiness is reduced by 1%, no. I won't stay there.
What would you say as advice to anybody watching you as to how to find that happiness?
Do what pleases your mind. Don't be influenced. Because for every mankind, God created them for a reason, for a purpose. So don't. I think the most difficult part of everyone's life is to discover yourself. Because once you discover yourself, then it feels as if you're doing magic. And it's not magic. It's because you've come to realize that this is how I am, this is what works for me, and this is how I'm going to get it done. So it's like a formula. Get your formula of life. How you're going to live your life, how you're going to influence people in your life, what you're out there to do, and your gains.
Nice. It's been nice. It's been real. I mean, I sit down, you know what I'll say to you? I can see your growth. Since the other time I spoke to you to now, I can see your growth. And what I can also see is the kind of difficulties that has brought that growth about. And oftentimes people ask me, Taisho Laren used to say it and nobody understood what he was saying when he used to say, may your road be rough. People didn't understand that it was a prayer, it wasn't a curse. Because adversity...
May your road be rough.
He would say, may your road be rough. He would say, may your road... I said prayer, that may your road be rough. Because you see, those difficult patches you hit on the path to becoming yourself or finding your own way is what will forge your personality. Because I know what you mean. I know what you... That's why I say to people, nobody's auntie, that I'm not your auntie. And what I mean by that is that I've come to a realization of whom I am, and I want to be allowed to be whom I am, and allow you to be who you are. And in allowing you to be who you are, forces you to discover who that is. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to say that I'm looking forward to the day, because when you put all of this into your music, because I know I can hear some creative anarchy coming. I mean, I just want to dance to that creative anarchy.
Okay.
So you have all my blessing and all my love as usual. Give my regards to your children.
I will.
You lay Yoruba ko somo ali. I always say it to people all the time. And I like the fact that you own, you speak about all your children, you accept all your children. The other thing I really like when I saw it in the paper, and I don't know if it's true or not, when you came out and you defended your ex-wife.
Yeah.
And said all the things they were saying about how it's not true.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why men don't do that, why some men don't do that in those kind of situations where you can tell that this person was your partner, what they're saying is not true. And you know that in the context of our environment, your word as a man carries weight.
Carries weight, because it's a man's word over there. Unlike what we have here.
So I like that you did that. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good fortunes.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we go, part of this deal is that you get to ask me one question, just one, and I have to answer it.
Okay. I think my...
Be gentle.
Yeah. I'll take it short. My question is one question, but it has so many other things inside it. Why are you this strong? Because we don't have women from our own side that are this strong. From this generation, there are few. Many of them have given up. Reason why, I don't know. But why are you this strong? And why do you tend to always sow a seed, you drop it, you sow another one? Before New Dawn, you were doing one particular program.
Good Morning Nigeria, MITV Live,
yeah, New Dawn.
New Dawn.
From New Dawn,
for me.
Yeah. So for me, it's like seeds that are germinating, that are growing. Whether you see it, whether you don't see it. Why? How do you arrive at that? Is it systematically or it's just coincidence?
You know that thing you spoke about earlier where it's almost being wrong out of you? I have difficulty with dishonesty. I have real difficulty. I wish it wasn't like that. Let me not tell you. I wish I could be different so my life would be a lot easier. But it doesn't work for me. So I've always wanted to be true to myself, what feels true to me. And so the times where, so if you put that side, is what you're talking about. If you put that side by side with other people's expectation, when I try it, it doesn't work for long. Something's going to pull me back. So I feel that, like you, I have a calling, and part of my calling is to just give voice to things, to give power to things, to give life to things. People don't understand why I call myself like the witch. It's like sorcery. It's like always new birth, always newness. And I didn't understand it fully, and I still don't fully understand it, but that's how it seems to be. So every time things come, and it's exactly what you've described. I'm always able to see ahead of what's happening now. And now I'm at home with it. When I was younger, it was a problem. When I was younger, they used to say I was lying. And it wasn't lie. I was visioning things already. And I was telling people what I could vision already, and they didn't understand. And so, I just found it easier. I won't say easier. I just found it impossible to be anything other than what those ideas in my mind were. And I think that's what drives everything. And I knew adversity from very young. My mother disappeared when I was small. And I keep using that word disappear. She didn't disappear. She just... She was not there. She died. And we couldn't find how she died or anything. And so all of that centered my mind very young as to how fragile life was and how important our time here is. So I don't know really. I always give the answer that I'm mad. That, that I'm mad. But I think that's really is it. And I don't know where it's going to lead to, but I think that's the time here. This is how I was made, and I'd rather be how I was made. So I think that's the only answer I can give to that. All right.
Thank you.
Let's. I'm also a hug giver. It's like, give us some love. All right. I hope I see you again soon. Next concert I'm coming to, wherever it is in the world. I'm going to come and be there. If people think I can't dance, I can do all...
No, I saw some acrobatic moves on your Twitter. I saw that.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I misbehaved that way. All right. It's good. I think it's been good. Send us more questions. Ask Funmi. You can send them on Twitter. You can send them on Instagram. You can send them on Facebook. Use the hashtag #AskFunmi. All right? See you again. Bye. So hard.